Age comes gently but leaves unavoidable marks. Creaky knees, tired legs, muscles no longer as firm as before. Many people turn to collagen supplements or bone broth as a miracle cure to maintain flexibility, but few notice the unsung heroes right in their daily meals, that is, green vegetables. Not only fiber or vitamins, but certain types of vegetables also help your body produce and protect collagen, thereby keeping joints flexible, muscles from atrophying, and maintaining mobility. This is especially important for seniors, because the health of the legs and knees not only determines the quality of life but also relates to longevity and independence in old age. So, which vegetables are worth including in the daily menu? Based on the advice of Dr. Mark Hyman, let's explore 7 nutrient-rich vegetables that support collagen production, scientifically proven to help strengthen the skeletal system, so you can continue walking steadily on your journey of healthy, proactive living. When it comes to preserving mobility and physical independence in later life, it's easy to focus on the big levers: strength training, protein intake, zone 2 cardio. These are undeniably essential. But there's another, quieter piece of the puzzle that is just as vital and often overlooked: connective tissue integrity, or in simpler terms, your body's ability to build and maintain collagen. One of the most underrated dietary allies in this process is spinach. This humble leafy green might not look like much, but beneath its soft surface lies a biochemical powerhouse for joint support, muscle resilience, and graceful aging. Spinach doesn't promise miracles. It won't regrow cartilage lost over decades or undo years of wear on your joints. What it does offer, however, is a robust mix of nutrients that create the internal environment your body needs to support collagen synthesis and protect the scaffolding that keeps you moving. To understand spinach's role, we must first appreciate what collagen is. Collagen is a structural protein that makes up nearly 1/3 of all protein in the human body. It forms the framework of tendons, ligaments, cartilage, skin, and even the extracellular matrix that holds cells together. Think of it as the invisible scaffolding that supports your body from the inside out. The collagen fibers' triple helix structure gives them strength and resilience, key to joint stability, tissue elasticity, and injury resistance. The challenge? As we age, collagen production naturally declines. This process starts surprisingly early, around your late 20s, and accelerates sharply after age 50. Without adequate collagen, joints become stiff, tendons less flexible, and muscles less responsive. That's why proactive collagen support becomes critical, especially for seniors. Spinach is an excellent source of vitamin C, a nutrient that plays a central role in collagen synthesis. Vitamin C acts as a cofactor for enzymes like prolyl hydroxylase and LYSYL hydroxylase, which hydroxylate the amino acids proline and lysine. This modification is essential to forming the stable triple helix that defines strong collagen fibers. A lack of vitamin C doesn't need to reach scurvy levels to be problematic. Even suboptimal levels can hinder collagen formation, leading to weaker connective tissue, slower healing, and reduced joint resilience. For seniors, ensuring adequate vitamin C intake through foods like spinach can make a tangible difference in joint flexibility and tissue repair. Beyond vitamin C, spinach brings another vital player to the table: magnesium. This mineral is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including protein synthesis, energy production, and muscle function. Although magnesium doesn't directly build collagen, its indirect effects on the musculoskeletal system are profound. Magnesium helps relax muscles, prevent cramping, and modulate inflammation, all of which ease pressure on joints and improve mobility. Unfortunately, mild magnesium deficiency is common among seniors, due to both lower dietary intake and reduced absorption with age. By regularly incorporating spinach, seniors can support both collagen health and muscle efficiency, a powerful combination for staying active and independent. Spinach is also high in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that helps dilate blood vessels and improve circulation. This is especially important under low oxygen conditions like exercise, or in tissues with limited blood supply, such as cartilage. While cartilage itself is avascular, it has no blood vessels. The tissues surrounding it, including synovial fluid and subchondral bone, benefit greatly from increased blood flow. Better circulation means more nutrients delivered to the joint and faster removal of metabolic waste, both essential for joint maintenance and repair. But spinach's benefits don't stop there. It contains a trio of powerful antioxidants, lutein, zeaxanthin, and quercetin, which help fight oxidative stress, one of the silent drivers of joint degeneration. Oxidative stress doesn't just damage cells, it also activates enzymes like matrix metalloproteinases, MMPs, which break down collagen and other structural proteins. Chronic, low-grade inflammation, often fueled by oxidative damage, accelerates cartilage breakdown and joint pain. By neutralizing free radicals, antioxidants in spinach help protect your existing collagen and slow the aging of connective tissues. It's important to be realistic. Adding spinach to your meals won't fix arthritic knees overnight or replace the benefits of regular movement. But from a biochemical standpoint, it provides the raw materials and molecular support that align with your body's natural healing systems. Just like brushing your teeth prevents decay, not because it's dramatic but because it's consistent, eating spinach daily preserves the internal structure that supports your mobility. We often talk about Zone 2 training building mitochondrial capacity, or protein helping muscle synthesis. In the same way, think of spinach as fuel for your ligaments, tendons, and joint capsules, the soft infrastructure that allows you to move freely. There's no single collagen superfood. Collagen integrity depends on multiple variables: amino acid supply, vitamin and mineral status, inflammation control, and blood flow. Spinach uniquely hits many of these levers at once, quietly but effectively. It's not flashy, but neither is walking without pain, climbing stairs without fear, or rising from a chair with strength. And yet, these are the daily victories that define quality of life in your later years. For seniors, every step toward preserving joint strength and muscle function is a step toward prolonging the marginal decade, that final stretch of life where lifespan and healthspan often diverge. By making a habit of including spinach in your diet, you're not just eating for today. You're laying the foundation for movement, independence, and vitality, one meal at a time. Another vegetable that deserves serious attention when it comes to collagen preservation and joint health is kale. Often praised as a superfood, kale earns its reputation not just because of its high nutrient density, but because of how it supports the body at the root level of inflammation, oxidative stress, and tissue repair, all of which become increasingly relevant as we age. To begin with, kale is exceptionally rich in vitamin C, just like spinach. And as we've already discussed, vitamin C is absolutely essential for collagen production. It supports the enzymatic hydroxylation of amino acids like proline and lysine, a chemical step required for building the stable triple helix structure of collagen fibers. Without this process, collagen strands become unstable, weak, and easily degraded. However, what's often overlooked is how the body's demand for vitamin C increases under oxidative stress, a condition common in aging bodies, particularly under chronic inflammation or poor metabolic health. Reactive oxygen species, ROS. Free radicals generated during stress can directly damage collagen or worse, activate enzymes like matrix metalloproteinases, MMPs, which then break down existing collagen and other structural proteins in joints and connective tissues. In this context, getting more vitamin C from kale is not just helpful, it becomes a necessary line of defense. But vitamin C is only one part of kale's contribution. Kale is also a potent source of sulforaphane, a bioactive compound found in cruciferous vegetables. Sulforaphane has been widely studied for its ability to activate the body's internal antioxidant defense system, especially through a pathway called NRF2. This is like flipping a master switch that turns on hundreds of protective genes, including those that help neutralize oxidative stress before it causes lasting damage. Even more impressively, sulforaphane suppresses the activation of NF-kappa B, a key signaling molecule that drives chronic inflammation. NF-kappa B is like the on switch for inflammation in the body, and when it's chronically active, it contributes to tissue breakdown, joint swelling, and pain, often seen in conditions like osteoarthritis. By dialing down NF-kappa B activity, sulforaphane helps prevent these inflammatory pathways from becoming destructive. In simpler terms, kale doesn't just supply antioxidants. It enhances your body's ability to defend itself from within. Another key nutrient in kale is vitamin K1, which, while less talked about than its counterpart K2, plays a critical role in bone mineralization. It supports the carboxylation of osteocalcin, a protein that helps deposit calcium into the bone matrix properly. This is especially important for seniors because joints are not just cartilage, they're surrounded by bone, particularly the subchondral bone that sits just beneath the cartilage layer. If this underlying bone is weak, poorly mineralized, or brittle, it increases mechanical stress on the cartilage during movement, accelerating wear and tear. That's why ensuring bone strength is essential to preserving joint function, and why vitamin K1 from kale matters more than many realize. Furthermore, sulforaphane's ability to downregulate inflammatory cytokines like IL-6 and TNF-alpha has been observed in animal models and lab studies of synovial cells, the very cells lining your joints. While these are early-stage findings, they suggest a promising mechanism by which kale may help delay or slow joint degeneration. Let's be clear, kale is not a drug and it won't replace physical therapy, resistance training, or a carefully managed anti-inflammatory protocol. But it is part of the nutritional foundation that makes all of those other efforts more effective. By supporting cellular health, inflammation balance, and bone integrity, Kale becomes a nutritional amplifier for every other healthy habit you pursue. Kale is a great example of food that doesn't just fight aging on the surface. It works at the molecular level, targeting oxidative stress, chronic inflammation, and skeletal mineralization. For seniors seeking to preserve mobility and independence, these are the exact systems that need daily support. Incorporating kale into your meals, whether sautéed with olive oil added to soups or blended into smoothies, is a simple but powerful choice. It's not flashy, but its impact on joint resilience, collagen preservation, and bone health is deeply meaningful. While often praised for their bright color and sweet crunch, sweet peppers are much more than a vibrant addition to your plate. For seniors focused on maintaining joint health, muscle strength, and overall vitality, sweet peppers are a nutritional gem, offering a powerful trio of compounds that support collagen integrity, reduce inflammation, and assist in the body's repair mechanisms. To begin with, sweet peppers are exceptionally high in vitamin C. As previously noted with spinach and kale, vitamin C is indispensable for collagen synthesis. It enables the hydroxylation of proline and lysine, key amino acids needed to build and stabilize collagen fibers. But sweet peppers bring even more to the table than just vitamin C. They are also a rich source of quercetin, a natural flavonoid well known for its anti-inflammatory properties. Quercetin works by down-regulating cytokines like IL-6 and TNF-alpha, two inflammatory messengers that are especially problematic when it comes to cartilage breakdown. These cytokines not only promote inflammation in joints but also stimulate enzymes, such as MMPs, that degrade collagen and other structural proteins in the extracellular matrix. For seniors living with joint stiffness or early-stage osteoarthritis, managing this inflammation is critical. By helping keep IL-6 and TNF-alpha in check, quercetin can slow the degradation process and help preserve joint function over time. In addition to quercetin, sweet peppers are a valuable source of vitamin B6, a water-soluble vitamin that plays a key role in protein metabolism, neurotransmitter production, and immune regulation. While B6 does not directly contribute to collagen production, its impact on immune function and inflammatory signaling is indirect but meaningful. Low levels of B6 have been associated with elevated CRP, C-reactive protein, a marker of systemic inflammation often seen in aging adults. Ensuring adequate B6 intake helps the body process proteins efficiently, which is essential not only for muscle maintenance but also for tissue repair and recovery after physical activity. Together, this combination, vitamin C, quercetin, and vitamin B6, makes sweet peppers a strategic food for anyone interested in aging with strength and mobility. They support collagen formation, reduce joint-degrading inflammation, and help regulate immune responses that can otherwise become overactive with age. Perhaps best of all, sweet peppers are versatile and easy to include in daily meals. Whether eaten raw in salads, roasted in the oven, or blended into soups, they add both flavor and deep functional value. For seniors looking to nourish their joints from the inside out, sweet peppers are a smart and colorful addition to the plate, one that works quietly to protect the very structures that keep you moving. When we talk about preserving joint health in older adults, it's important to recognize one essential principle. Joints rarely fail in isolation. The breakdown of a knee, hip, or ankle is not just a local problem, it's often the downstream result of systemic issues. Metabolic dysfunction, chronic inflammation, muscle weakening around the joint, and declining bone density. These factors create a cycle of pain, reduced mobility, and accelerated deterioration. That's why targeting root causes, not just symptoms, is crucial. And this is where Brussels sprouts come in. Often underestimated, Brussels sprouts belong to the cruciferous vegetable family and are rich in bioactive compounds that influence these root mechanisms. Two key compounds, sulforaphane and indole 3-carbinol, have been shown in animal and laboratory studies to inhibit NF-kappa B, a central transcription factor that drives the body's inflammatory response. When NF-kappa B is constantly activated, it fuels a state of chronic low-grade inflammation, the same kind that silently wears down joints over years. While eating Brussels sprouts won't replace the impact of daily walking or physical therapy, their ability to suppress inflammation at a cellular level makes them valuable in a joint-preserving diet. They help cool the fire, so to speak, reducing the background inflammation that contributes to microtrauma and cartilage erosion, two processes that accelerate with age. But their benefits don't stop at inflammation control. Brussels sprouts are also a modest but meaningful source of folate, a B vitamin that plays a vital role in methylation. Methylation is a biochemical process that affects DNA repair, gene expression, and immune function, all of which are closely tied to tissue maintenance and regeneration. In seniors, methylation efficiency tends to decline, which may impair the body's ability to repair joint linings and remodel tendons, especially after everyday stresses or minor injuries. Folate also contributes to keeping homocysteine levels in check, a compound that, when elevated, is associated with increased oxidative damage and poor joint health. Supporting methylation through folate-rich foods like Brussels sprouts can therefore offer protection from multiple angles, not just inflammation but also the quality of cellular repair mechanisms. Another often overlooked benefit of Brussels sprouts is their ability to support liver detoxification pathways. The liver is responsible for breaking down not only drugs and alcohol but also inflammatory byproducts and oxidative waste generated by normal metabolism. If these compounds build up in the body, they contribute to oxidative stress, which damages proteins like collagen and accelerates tissue aging. Brussels sprouts, like other cruciferous vegetables, activate phase 2 detoxification enzymes, especially glutathione transferases. These enzymes enhance the liver's ability to neutralize and eliminate harmful substances. Why is this important for your knees or hips? Because when your detox system is working well, your joints are exposed to less cellular pollution, giving your collagen and connective tissues a better chance of staying strong and functional. All of this makes Brussels sprouts more than just a healthy side dish. While they won't reverse damage already done, they help slow the rate of decline, and in the aging process, slowing decline can be the difference between independence and dependence. Their effects may be subtle at first, but over months and years, they contribute to a body more capable of repair, resilience, and movement. As we age, it becomes increasingly important to evaluate food not just by calories or superfood labels, but by how it interacts with the body's key physiological systems. Brussels sprouts impact inflammation, detoxification, and tissue regeneration, the very areas that matter most for maintaining mobility in later life. Including Brussels sprouts regularly in your diet, whether roasted, steamed, or shredded into salads, is a small but powerful choice. For seniors aiming to protect their joints and preserve the freedom to move, this compact vegetable delivers outsized benefits, quietly working behind the scenes to keep the system resilient and strong. Among the most familiar ingredients in any kitchen, tomatoes might seem too ordinary to carry extraordinary benefits. Yet for seniors focused on protecting joint health and reducing the silent progression of inflammation, tomatoes offer a remarkably powerful, and often underestimated, source of support. Behind their vibrant red color lies lycopene, a carotenoid compound that serves as one of the most potent dietary antioxidants known today. Unlike beta-carotene, lycopene is not a precursor to vitamin A, but rather functions independently as an antioxidant. It has a unique ability to neutralize singlet oxygen, a highly reactive form of oxidative stress that can damage lipids, proteins, and even DNA. This is particularly important for aging bodies, where oxidative stress is a key driver behind cellular degeneration, including the slow and steady breakdown of collagen and connective tissues that support our joints. Lycopene tends to accumulate in metabolically active tissues, such as the liver, adrenal glands, and even the testes and prostate, suggesting that the body recognizes and stores it in areas with higher oxidative demands. For joints, the benefit is clear. Lycopene helps protect vulnerable tissues from inflammation and breakdown, working especially well when consumed regularly. Studies have shown that lycopene can downregulate inflammatory cytokines like TNF-alpha, IL-1 beta, and IL-6. These are not just passive markers of inflammation, they are active agents that stimulate chondrocyte, the cells within cartilage, to produce enzymes like MMPs, matrix metalloproteinases, and nitric oxide. These substances in excess accelerate the degradation of cartilage, hastening joint pain and stiffness. In older adults, especially those experiencing inflammaging, a chronic, low-grade inflammatory state common in aging, these cytokines can remain elevated even in the absence of overt disease. This means damage can accumulate silently over time. By helping reduce cytokine expression, lycopene may slow this silent erosion, allowing seniors to maintain joint integrity for longer. Beyond lycopene, tomatoes are also a modest source of vitamin C, offering around 25 milligrams per serving, a helpful addition to the daily requirement when combined with other high-C vegetables. Vitamin C, as previously noted, supports collagen synthesis through its role in hydroxylation, a chemical step required to stabilize collagen structure. While tomatoes alone won't replace targeted collagen supplements or protein intake, they contribute meaningfully to the system that builds strong tendons, ligaments, and joint capsules. Tomatoes also contain potassium, a quiet but essential mineral for musculoskeletal and cardiovascular health. Potassium plays a role in cellular fluid balance, nerve signaling, and potentially inflammation modulation, though its full benefits in human joint health are still under investigation. Still, its inclusion adds another layer of value to this already versatile food. One of the unique advantages of tomatoes is that their nutrient bioavailability actually increases when cooked. Cooking breaks down cell walls and makes lycopene more accessible, especially when combined with healthy fats like olive oil. That's why traditional dishes like tomato sauce or soups can be more beneficial than raw tomato slices alone. For seniors, this means that cooked tomatoes, in stews, sauces, or roasted with vegetables, can deliver even greater antioxidant impact, while also being easy to chew and digest. If your body tolerates them well, tomatoes are a low-risk, high-reward food. They're easy to find, affordable, and fit seamlessly into both Western and Eastern cuisines. Their flavor adds depth to meals, while their nutrients work behind the scenes, preserving tissue health, reducing inflammation, and supporting blood flow to the areas that need it most. Taken together, tomatoes offer a rare combination: antioxidant defense, anti-inflammatory action, vascular support, and anabolic potential. These are exactly the qualities that aging joints require to stay functional. They won't reverse decades of wear, but when included regularly in a nutrient-rich diet, tomatoes become foundational rather than optional. In the pursuit of healthy aging and joint preservation, tomatoes remind us that some of the most powerful tools aren't found in pills or powders. They're sitting right on our plate. Often overlooked in favor of more colorful superfoods, beets are a humble root vegetable that quietly delivers a powerful set of benefits, particularly for seniors aiming to preserve joint mobility, leg strength, and vascular health. While they may not be rich in collagen or protein, their impact lies in supporting the systems that make movement possible, from blood flow to muscle performance and inflammation control. One of the most studied advantages of beets is their high nitrate content. When consumed, dietary nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, NO, through a series of reactions involving oral bacteria and stomach acid. Nitric oxide plays a critical role in vascular health, acting as a natural vasodilator that relaxes and widens blood vessels, thereby improving blood flow and enhancing the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to muscles and joints. Why is this important for seniors? As we age, endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to dilate and contract properly, often declines. This reduction in vascular flexibility can lead to decreased tissue perfusion, which in turn slows down tissue repair and increases the buildup of inflammatory byproducts. Joints, particularly those under constant stress such as knees and hips, rely heavily on adequate circulation to maintain healthy cartilage and connective tissues. Beets help restore this flow, supporting recovery and reducing stiffness over time. Beyond circulation, beets also support mitochondrial function, the energy-producing machinery within cells. Muscles, especially those in the lower body like the quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves, depend on well-functioning mitochondria for ATP production, the energy needed for walking, standing, and balance. Poor mitochondrial function can lead to fatigue, instability, and reduced shock absorption through the kinetic chain. The improved oxygen delivery from nitric oxide, combined with the natural phytonutrients in beets, boosts muscular endurance, a significant advantage for seniors looking to maintain independence through movement. Another key benefit of beets lies in their rich content of betalains, a group of pigments with strong anti-inflammatory properties. Betalains have been shown in both animal studies and in vitro research to reduce inflammation by downregulating cyclooxygenase enzymes, COX, 1 and COX-2. These are the same enzymes targeted by nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, like ibuprofen. However, unlike NSAIDs, betalains do not carry the gastrointestinal or cardiovascular risks associated with long-term medication use. For seniors, this means that incorporating beets into the diet could provide gentle, sustainable inflammation control, helping reduce chronic joint pain and stiffness without side effects. Beets also offer a supportive mineral portfolio that includes potassium, magnesium, and folate, all important for nerve signaling, bone health, and methylation, a process essential for DNA repair and inflammation regulation. These nutrients work synergistically to preserve the musculoskeletal system, ensuring that the legs remain strong and the joints resilient. From a practical standpoint, the form in which you consume beets matters. While whole-cooked beets are an excellent source of fiber and phytonutrients, beet juice offers a more concentrated dose of dietary nitrates, which is why it's often used in clinical studies to improve blood pressure and athletic performance. However, for long-term health and nutrient synergy, whole beets, especially when combined with healthy fats to aid polyphenol absorption, may be the better daily option. To summarize, beets may not rebuild collagen directly, but they optimize the entire ecosystem that keeps your joints working, from oxygen delivery and mitochondrial health to inflammation control and vascular flexibility. They act as a nutritional ergogenic aid, especially valuable for seniors engaged in strength training, walking, or physical therapy programs. In the journey of aging gracefully, every tool that protects joint integrity and maintains lower body strength becomes essential. And beets, with their deep crimson color and robust nutrient profile, are a surprisingly effective ally, one that supports not just movement but the freedom to move well. Often regarded as a gourmet dish in cuisine, asparagus is not only visually appealing and delicious but also a silent companion in the journey of maintaining health as one ages. For elderly people who wish to maintain joint flexibility, muscle strength, and mobility, asparagus is a food that deserves more attention. One of the most notable features of asparagus is its high folate, vitamin B9 content, a crucial nutrient for the methylation process, which affects gene expression, DNA repair, and immune regulation. In older adults, when the methylation capacity declines, tissue damage becomes harder to recover from and chronic inflammation spreads more easily. Folate in asparagus helps maintain stable homocysteine levels, an amino acid that, when in excess, can damage connective tissue and increase the risk of osteoporosis and osteoarthritis. Not only does asparagus contain folate, but it is also a natural source of glutathione, an extremely powerful endogenous antioxidant that plays a role in protecting cells from damage caused by free radicals and inflammatory compounds. Glutathione also supports the liver in the process of cellular detoxification, helping the body eliminate byproducts of chronic inflammation, an important factor in slowing down the aging process of joints and connective tissues. Another lesser-known benefit of asparagus is its ability to support the gut microbiome due to its inulin content, a type of prebiotic fiber that nourishes beneficial bacteria in the colon. These bacteria ferment inulin to produce butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid with strong anti-inflammatory effects, protecting the intestinal mucosa and regulating systemic immune responses. For the elderly, a group at risk of microbiome decline and asymptomatic chronic inflammation, supplementing with inulin from asparagus can have profound effects, indirectly protecting joints and soft tissues. In addition, asparagus is a source of vitamin K, an essential factor for bone mineralization and maintaining bone density in the elderly. Vitamin K helps activate osteocalcin, a protein that binds calcium to the bone matrix, thereby reducing the risk of osteoporosis and damage to the subchondral bone, the region between the bone and cartilage that plays a crucial role in shock absorption for the joints. Finally, asparagus also contains saponins, plant compounds capable of modulating inflammatory responses and protecting connective tissues from oxidative stress. Although this effect is still under further investigation, initial findings are very promising in supporting the prevention of joint degeneration and protecting endogenous collagen. In summary, asparagus is not a flashy superfood, but it is a solid foundational part of a healthy diet for the elderly. From protecting DNA to regulating inflammation, from nurturing gut microbiota to supporting joint strength, asparagus works quietly yet comprehensively. In the journey of living long and healthy, sometimes it is the simple and sustainable choices, like adding a pinch of asparagus to a meal, that make the most profound difference. As we age, maintaining strength, mobility, and independence becomes less about quick fixes and more about consistent, intelligent choices. Collagen supplements may play a role, but the foundation of joint health lies in everyday nutrition, and vegetables are at the core of that foundation. Each of the 7 vegetables we've explored, spinach, kale, Brussels sprouts, sweet peppers, tomatoes, beets, and again spinach for its deeper layers, offers a unique set of nutrients that support the body's ability to build, protect, and preserve collagen. From reducing chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, to enhancing nutrient delivery, improving mitochondrial function, and supporting gut health, these foods work not in isolation, but together to create a biochemical environment where healthy aging is possible. What makes this approach so powerful is that it's accessible. These are not exotic powders or expensive pills. They are foods you can include in your meals every day, in soups, sautés, salads, and stews, slowly reinforcing your body's soft infrastructure, one bite at a time. No single vegetable will reverse decades of wear and tear. But together, and when paired with movement, muscle maintenance, and rest, they become part of a daily rhythm that promotes longevity not just in years, but in strength, balance, and dignity. For seniors seeking to stay upright, active, and autonomous, these collagen-supporting vegetables are not optional, they're essential. Your future mobility is built in your kitchen. Start with what's on your plate. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who cares about healthy aging. Your support helps us keep creating content that empowers your health journey.